What's going on, beautiful people? It is I, your flying locomotive and faster than a speeding bolt SuperCliff, coming at you live for a brand new video. So for today, get it? For today's video, I want to talk about the Fantastic Four, more so in three parts. The first, does race matter when casting the Fantastic Four? Does the Fantastic Four movie benefit by taking place in the 60s? And 3, my theory as to why Pedro Pascal was casted as Mr. Fantastic. However, before we dive into this really hot button topic, if you are new to the channel, then smash that like and subscribe button. That way you guys never miss out on anything that happens on this majestic channel. So what are you waiting for? Let's raise the bar and go full on Super Saiyan. Hit that subscribe button. Seriously, every form of engagement, liking, commenting, heck, even sharing, all that really helps. So let's do it. Support the channel, and if you don't, you're a turd skillet. And what is that? I have no idea. I just like how it sounds. Okay, so jumping into the first part. Does race matter when casting the Fantastic Four? Fasten your seatbelts, people, and hold on to your butts. Me personally, when it comes to adapting a comic book character and race swapping that said character, I don't care, as long as the character you're adapting is the same character from a personality standpoint. Here are some good examples. Heimdall in the Thor movies, and if you watch House of the Dragon, Corvus Valerian from Fire and Blood. Now, both characters were swapped out for two different reasons. For Heimdall, aside from Idris Elba being an amazing actor, at the end of the day, how many diehard Heimdall fans are there really out in the world? Maybe 2. In terms of Corvus Valerian, he was swapped because it actually benefited the story. Without giving away spoilers, it added drama in terms of who's the daddy. House of the Dragon, give it a watch. Anyways, I think when it comes to worldwide characters like Superman and Batman, yes, you can race swap them and it really wouldn't change anything about their character. But I also think when it comes to major characters like Superman and Batman, major global icons, pretty much the entire world already has an idea of who these characters are and what they look like. I think someone like Hawkman, who has a very, well, let's just say a rather confusing and convoluted origin story, and given he's not a household name like Batman, Spider-Man, or even Wolverine, that's a character you can swap, and it wouldn't change the Hawkman concept. You could have even done it with someone like Scott Lang's Ant-Man. However, when it comes to the Fantastic Four, I think them being white, guys, it's not going to sound right, but just bear with me, okay? I think them being white really does work because, here's the thing. The Fantastic Four, they're not relevant in any way. If they were created, say, in Marvel, no one would give a fuck. The Fantastic Four are your Marvel equivalent to Journey to the Center of the Earth. Even though they came before, they're the equivalent to Lost in Space. The nuclear family concept is not a relevant idea in 2024. And also the team's mannerisms, their personalities, Ben Grimm shouting "it's clobbering time," or Johnny Storm being the super hot dude who hangs out at the local diner and picks up chicks. All the personalities, the aesthetics, the vibe, even Herbie the robot. Legit, everything about the Fantastic Four screams 1961. And that's why I really think it's hard to diversify the Fantastic Four. I think their roots are so entrenched within that decade. And in terms of whether or not this movie will benefit from taking place in the 60s, I guarantee you, person watching this video, that's why the movie is taking place in the 60s. Given how poorly received 2005's Fantastic Four movie was, and how the debacle that is Fan Four Stick turned out to be, essentially destroying Josh Trank's existence, introducing the Fantastic Four in the 60s, I think is the only way that can actually work and be properly done, especially when it comes to modern audiences and not just Marvel comic book readers. That way, when the Fantastic Four team, whether it's through time travel or weird multiversal shenanigans, are transported or discovered in the present day, it will be easier for general audiences to understand these characters and it won't be so jarring. It will be like Steve Rogers, entering the modern world. Now then, when it comes to Pedro Pascal's casting as Mr. Fantastic, well, before I get into that, let me just say that I love the casting. Vanessa Kirby as Susan Storm, aka the Invisible Woman, fuck yes. If you're a fan of Stranger Things, Joseph Quinn as Human Torch is a plus. And Ebon Moss-Baldrick, I definitely butchered that last name part, as Ben Grimm, aka The Thing. Talk about a home run casting decision. By the way, y'all should watch The Bear. And lastly, we have Pedro Pascal. Now, this is the one which, I'll be honest, when I first saw rumors about, I wasn't a fan of. When I think of Reed Richards, the smartest man in all of Marvel Comics, not gonna lie, I don't particularly think of Pedro Pascal. When I think of Pedro Pascal, I think of a rough and tough daddy who will murder a hospital staff to protect the ones he loves. However, what I will say is that Pedro is a phenomenal actor, and so I'm sure he'll be able to pull it off. Another reason why I wasn't huge on the idea was, well, let's face it, the guy is everywhere. Pedro Pascal is currently one of the most beloved actors working in Hollywood as I speak. He's the Mandalorian, he's Joel Miller, he was Prince Oberyn, and so much more. And now he's Mr. Fantastic. Now, why was Pedro Pascal casted to play the leader of the Fantastic Four? Was it to fill a diversity mandate? Was it because Pedro is an amazing actor? I think he was casted because Marvel Studios wants him to be the new face of the MCU. Marvel of late has not been firing on all cylinders, and one of those cylinders is a star presence. Ever since Endgame, leadership presence such as Chris Evans' Captain America and Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man are absent. There's been a void, and let's be real, there really isn't a current actor within the MCU aside from Tom Holland, though he's partially owned by Sony, MadameWeb. There isn't that big draw actor or actress working in the MCU. RDJ was that guy. He was Iron Man. But personally, the moment you bring back RDJ as Iron Man is the moment you say death means nothing in the MCU, and we can't grow past Endgame. By doing that, you admit defeat. The MCU needs a new face, and from a star perspective, Pedro Pascal is the closest thing to it. Ladies and gentlemen, Pedro Pascal is Mr. Fantastic, aka the new face for the MCU. So yeah, as always, I'm your majestic sayer over at SuperCliff, and if you guys are new to the channel, well then do me a solid by smashing that like and subscribe button, and also the notification bell so you'll never miss out on an upload, and so you'll always be kept up to date with your favorite top tier comics, movies, movie news, and its majestic superhero world. Now tell me, what are your thoughts and opinions on the Fantastic Four casting? Do you think I'm onto something in terms of casting the Fantastic Four, or at least the way to approach them in movie format? What are your thoughts on Pedro Pascal? Let me know down in the comment section below. And until the next video, peace. Giggity goo.